Have you ever walked through an empty school hallway at night? Or wandered through a hotel corridor that feels eerily silent? Maybe you've stumbled across an abandoned mall, the air heavy with stillness. The faint echo of your footsteps stretching endlessly. These are places that feel in between, neither here nor there, familiar, yet unsettling. These are liminal spaces. In this video, we're diving into the fascinating concept of liminal space. Where does the idea come from? Why do these places evoke such powerful emotions? And what do they reveal about our relationship with the spaces we inhabit? From their roots in anthropology and architecture, to their role in art and internet culture, we'll explore what makes liminal spaces so uniquely compelling and so hauntingly beautiful. Welcome to Concept Explained, Liminal Space. The term liminal comes from the Latin word limen, meaning threshold. It describes a place, state, or moment that exists on the boundary between two things. Liminal spaces are transitional zones, waiting rooms, stairwells, parking garages. They aren't destinations, but rather the spaces in between, the places we pass through on our way to somewhere else. In physical terms, a liminal space might be a deserted hallway, an empty playground at dusk, or a highway stretching endlessly into the horizon. But the concept extends beyond physical places. It's about the feeling these spaces evoke, something uncanny, nostalgic, or even dreamlike. The idea of liminality has been studied for decades, particularly in anthropology. Anthropologist Victor Turner described liminality as the middle phase of a rite of passage, a time of transition where one is no longer who they were, but not yet who they will become. This sense of in-betweenness is central to understanding why liminal spaces affect us so deeply. What defines a liminal space? It's not just about where these places are, but how they make us feel. Liminal spaces often resemble places we know, schools, offices, malls, but they lack the activity that usually defines them. An empty shopping mall at 3 a.m. feels uncanny because it's devoid of its usual purpose. These spaces often feel disconnected from time. A hallway might stretch forever, or a sunset over an abandoned lot might seem frozen in place. Liminal spaces blur the lines between comfort and unease. They can feel nostalgic, evoking memories of childhood or forgotten moments. Yet they also carry a sense of isolation or eeriness. The visual aesthetic of liminal spaces, captured in countless photos, videos, and works of art, leans heavily on this ambiguity. It's the stillness, the muted colors, the absence of people. The emptiness becomes a canvas for our imagination, inviting us to project our fears, memories, or dreams onto these spaces. Liminal spaces have found a home in art, media, and online culture, becoming a focal point for creative expression. On platforms like Reddit and Tumblr, Communities dedicated to liminal spaces share images that capture this in-between feeling. These photos often feature empty schools, abandoned motels, or surreal landscapes. They don't need context. The feeling they evoke is the point. In film and video games, liminal spaces are often used to create tension or unease. The unsettling corridor of The Shining's Overlook Hotel, the haunting environment of Silent Hill, and even the vast, echoing interior of Portal's Aperture Science Facility all play on this idea. Artists like Gregory Crutzen and Todd Hido use photography to explore liminality in a more deliberate way. Their works often depict suburban streets, lonely interiors, or twilight landscapes, evoking a sense of mystery and stillness. So, why do these spaces hold such power over our emotions? Part of it lies in their ability to evoke a mix of feelings: nostalgia, unease, wonder. Liminal spaces remind us of transition and change. They echo moments in our own lives when we've been between things, childhood and adulthood, one home and another, one phase of life and the next. They mirror the uncertainty and possibility of those thresholds. There's also the connection to memory. Liminal spaces often feel like something we've seen before, even if we haven't. A hallway might remind you of your old school, a parking lot of a childhood road trip. These places tap into the shared experiences of modern life, triggering a strange blend of recognition and attachment. Finally, liminal spaces appeal to our sense of the uncanny. They exist on the edge of reality, where the familiar becomes strange. This makes them fertile ground for exploring deeper fears and emotions, from the loneliness of isolation to the beauty of fleeting moments. The fascination with liminal spaces reflects something bigger: our evolving relationship with the spaces we inhabit. In a world of endless connectivity and constant motion, these empty, quiet places remind us of what it feels like to pause, to exist in a moment of stillness. They also challenge how we define beauty and meaning. In a liminal space, the absence of life becomes its own story, and the mundane becomes extraordinary. It's a reminder that even the in-between moments of life have value. That transition is as much a part of the journey as the destination. And creatively, liminal spaces offer endless potential. They blur the lines between reality and imagination, inviting us to see the world and ourselves in new ways. Liminal spaces are thresholds, metaphors, and mysteries all at once. They remind us of transitions, evoke forgotten memories, and tap into our deepest emotions. Whether you see them as a passing aesthetic trend or a profound commentary on modern life, one thing is clear: liminal spaces capture the beauty and unease of being in between. So, what do liminal spaces mean to you? Are they just an aesthetic, or do they hold a deeper resonance? Let us know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.